What's going on, guys? Sniper Doofus back with another weekly recap, and I'm so pumped to bring this out because it's my last episode. But it's not because I've blown the account, okay? It's simply because I have made enough profits to apply for the 100k, and I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to actually achieve the 100k through FTMO. If you didn't check out kind of my goals and the announcement in the previous upload, do check that out. The link to that will be in the description below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to content or leave a comment down below. Any sort of interaction does really good for the channel. But with that said, if you guys checked out last week's weekly recap, disclaimer, I'm not a trading advisor, so do trade at your own risk. But back to what we was talking about. If you guys didn't really check last week's video, you'd see I had two open positions on the weekend, and that was on USD JPY. So here I kind of just assumed that after it did break this extreme low down here on this line over here, I did think that using this fib here I'd see some rejection here. So I actually did, and I did close this at almost, and this here I closed this at around 0.7%, really just $15. I ended up closing this trade. Unfortunately it didn't go up and it continued to come back down. So I entered in again over here thinking that it would bounce off of this level. Unfortunately it didn't, and it continued tanking. But for me, I was really just kind of ignorant, and I went against all my trading philosophies. But I was kind of emotionally attached to this trade, as I was really excited to kind of have enough money and made enough profits to kind of just get that FTMO $100,000 account. So what I did was I just stayed in this trade. Now I still thought that I was going to go back up eventually, I just didn't have the greatest entry. So what happened was I really just stayed in this trade. I then proceeded to enter back in on this trade to kind of just maximize my profits, and if I was to enter in at the bottom, then that way once it would come back up, I've already made that money back, and then I would have made a profit on top of my original entry. So I entered in on a buy at around 103.786. So if we were to kind of look in here, alright, so around here, then I ended up closing both positions at around 104.553. So I ended up closing both positions at around this area here. Now we can see that on this pair here, let's just move this across to here. We can see that on this pair here I bagged 75.8 pips, so that equaled $100.84. I'll put that up on the chart here. Nice. And then also this pair here kind of just gave me a little bit of pips. I can't remember how much, maybe around just over 35 pips or so. But what I'm trying to say is that those were the two trades I took, and I kind of just held in the position since last week, even though I know that's a really bad practice. It's something I shouldn't do, and the way I dealt with this trade was extremely horrific, and I do not recommend doing it this way at all. But what I'm also going to show you guys is kind of the total profits that I made on this account to apply for the 100k, and actually kind of just show you guys I've already withdrawn them from the account, so you will see that it's negative, and I do have a withdrawal on this account. Kind of just proves that it's a real account, and and for that yeah, so I'll just show you guys that, and that's going to be it for me. I know it's a really quick one, but I didn't really do much trading this week after I did get this money, because I'm kind of just taking a step back, focusing on trying to recuperate my brain, kind of relax emotionally, and just head on into the next chapter, being that FTMO $100,000 account. And hopefully I've just got bigger and better things set up for the future, for 2021. And yeah, so I did make a video on that. If you want to see kind of more about that, there'll be a link to that in the description below. But with that said, guys, I'll see you next week on the 100k weekly recap challenge. So see ya.